Mingalaba. This is the weekly highlight news of Radio and UG. I'm James. Here are the news highlights for this week. The Union Minister for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the National Unity Government, m.CDMMyanmar, welcomes the criticism to the National Unity Government. The Union Minister for the Ministry of Human Rights of the National Unity Government, and the Deputy Minister for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the National Unity Government, meets with high-ranking officials from U.S. Department of State. The Terrorist Military Council is arresting rice merchants and rice mills owners from Yangon and Ayeyarwady regions, and other interesting news. These are the weekly news details. The Union Minister for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the National Unity Government, m.CDMMyanmar, remarked in an interview with SBS Burmese program in June that she welcomed the criticisms of the National Unity Government. The Union Minister highlighted the importance of the criticism for those who believed in democracy, that it is better if there is a response to the criticism. She also emphasized the need of the criticizing based on facts and that it is preferable to criticize with facts. She welcomed criticism. The Union Minister reiterated that it can be prepared if it is pointed out based on the correct information. The Union Minister for the Ministry of Human Rights of the National Unity Government, and the Deputy Minister for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the National Unity Government, met with one of the U.S. Department of State's high-ranking officials, Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary, Bureau of Democracy, Human Rights and Labor, Mr. Robert S. Gilchrist, at the U.S. Department of State on 22nd of June. During the meeting, the Union Minister highlighted Myanmar's current human rights situation, including the worsening airstrikes, particularly targeted terrorist assaults on civilians in Rakhine State by terrorist military council forces. The Union Minister urged the U.S. government to take further action against the terrorist military council and to provide direct and useful assistance to Myanmar's people. They discussed how to provide direct assistance as soon as possible to those who fled due to the systematic human rights and humanitarian crisis committed by the terrorist military council, as well as to the new generation of youth who fled only to the forced military conscription laws. The U.S. Department of State has pledged to stand up with Myanmar people and provide more effective action and support. According to the Political Prisoner Network Myanmar (PPNM), one of the political prisoners died on 26 June as a result of the series of beatings by prison staff under the terrorist military council at Mandalay Obo Prison. According to reports, Yanai alias Tata, a 23-year-old political prisoner who was unlawfully detained and sentenced in Mandalay Obo Prison, May Dormitory 3, attempted to file a complaint with prison authorities after seeing a prisoner working as a room clerk selling narcotics at 7 a.m. on 20th June. The room clerk dissatisfied with the attempt to file a complaint, objected to Dormitory 3's prison staff officer. According to the PPNM, officers and members beat Yanai without cause and without completely examining the issue. According to PPNM, Yanai received injuries on his body and head as a result of beatings and torture by prison staff. He was sent to Mandalay Hospital when he died. Yanai is a Sakai region native who was wrongfully imprisoned by terrorist military council forces and condemned to 52A, a 4-year prison term. The Political Prisoner Network Myanmar (PPNM) has pledged to work hard until those responsible for the crime face effective punishment. The Myanmar's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Moton, attended the 4th United Nations Conference to review progress made in the implementations of the Program of Action to prevent, combat, and eradicate the illicit trade in small arms and light weapons in all its aspects, held at the United Nations headquarters in New York on 19th June. The ambassador emphasized that, unfortunately, in our country, Myanmar, The transfer of small arms and light weapons to the terrorist military council is enabling its capacity to commit more civilian harms, more atrocities, and more death. Since the attempted coup, the terrorist military council has been perpetrating indiscriminate attacks against non-combatant civilians as a form of collective punishment for the nationwide resistance movement against their military dictatorship. Since the illegal coup, over 5,200 people have been killed by the junta's forces. More than 3 million people have been displaced. Over 18.6 million people are in need of humanitarian assistance. Therefore, all member states should take into account the aspects of the achieving genuine and sustainable peace and stability in Myanmar and beyond when they transfer their arms. The terrorist military council is detaining rice merchants and mill owners from Yangon and Ayeyarwady regions, citing the businessmen efforts to raise rice prices. The terrorist military council deputy minister for the Ministry of Commerce, m.CDMMyanmar, had a Zoom meeting with rice merchants and rice mill owners on 20th of June and has been arresting them without questioning since 21st of June, claiming that they were selling at a profit and stockpiling at a high price. According to reports, they would continue to arrest rice traders and millers in other regions and states. Currently, 10 rice mills and warehouses in Tantaya Township, rice mills and warehouses in Didaya Township, and rice wholesalers from the Mayinao Rice Wholesale Center has been detained and seized. Moreover, the terrorist military council invited Uyeming, chairman of the Myanmar Rice Federation, and Ulumo Myanmar, chairman of the Mayinao Rice Community Board, to a meeting in Naypyidaw and detained them without release. Members of the Myanmar Edible Wine Dealer Association were invited to a meeting at the Ministry of Commerce office in Yangon on 22nd of June, just as owners of rice farms fear being detained. These are the weekly highlight news of Radio and UG. We will present more interesting weekly local news to you. Thanks for joining our news.